God, this is what I look like?
You look great, Ben.
Look at this. What are you, insane?
You look great. You could give yourself an at-home haircut.
I know I should. Hey Diana, how are you? Well, tell everybody how much you love The Office. You're like the biggest Office fan in the universe.
I was like, you know what? Like, if I just get a chemistry read with Steve Carell, like, I don't even care if I get the show. If I could just meet Steve Carell, I would be so happy. I get the call back, I freak out. It's the greatest day ever. Somehow managed to like not faint in the room with Steve Carell, and I feel like that's why I like got it. I don't know. We did an improv scene, we made jokes about conjugal visits, and here we are.
I never met Steve before, and so he was lovely.
So
the cool
nice.
thing is that him and Greg, at the end, we do an improv, like you're supposed to do
Right.
an improvised scene, and they just give you a setup. What was your setup?
Your dad is picking you up from volleyball practice, and he's never ever the one to pick you up from volleyball practice. It's always your mom. What was your prompt?
My prompt was, I have a watch that I need Mark Naird to wear, and I can take pictures and I can put it on social media, but he's wearing a watch that he would never takes off. He's never taken off this watch before. Like, that's what his thing goes. So go try to get him to put on this watch. And I remember it being very fun, and I pretend to run in and go, whew, where's my blood pressure? 132, what's your blood pressure? And he's like, what are you talking about? I go, look at your watch, what's your blood pressure? And he's like, I just have an old watch. I go, oh my goodness. And that's kind of like how the whole thing started. Yeah, so my character, his name is Tony Scarapaducci, and I think the Tony is probably a little homage to Jerry, that Instagram account that helped out with the Fire Festival stuff. But the way that I saw it is that he came from a job and got fired, kinda, is what we find out from being the media consultant for a different thing. And I think this is probably like his last shot to kind of do it, so he has to take it serious. But the thing is, my boss, Steve Carell's character, Mark Naird, thinks that what I do is stupid, and why is it necessary? And this is stupid, why is it even allowed in this building? So I think it's a very fun playing with, like, the thing that I've made my whole career off of is something that the head of the company is like, who cares? And the way that I kind of play it, I don't know if you've seen the episodes, but like, I play where Mark Naird is kind of like the father figure of mine that I want to impress with everything I want, but he's kind of a hard ass. And then John Malkovich is the cool dad that lets me get away with anything, and I get to like fist bump him after cool moments, but Mark would never let me. And I love the idea of playing that through the seasons to see, like, I want the respect of Mark Naird so much, but like if something goes wrong, I'd probably go to Malkovich's character. Is there stuff from your real life that you kind of injected into the character or stuff like that, or not really?
Not really. I try not to do that. I try to like really just like find something in the character's life, like in their childhood or whatever. Like, you know, you just have to kind of create a narrative that you can pull from to justify like their actions or whatever. Just because it's kind of a sticky black hole if you take too much from personal life. But definitely the FOMO thing, I think, is a universal feeling. And anyone, anywhere, anywho feels the fear of missing out. And a lot of that is what she feels and why she even acts out, because she just wants to feel included in something, whether it's her relationship with her father, or it's with the kids at school, or it's with the, you know, someone on the Space Force base. I definitely just feel like Erin wants to feel a part of something. She wants to feel accepted. She wants to feel loved, like any teenager or any human being, really. You know, sometimes we turn to social media to like express how we feel because we want someone to reach out to us or whatever it is.
Oh.
Yeah, I think you kind of see all the different tactics she uses throughout the show, you know, whether it's getting a job at the froyo station, or flirting with an older man, or it's skipping school to see her old friends in DC, you know, all these different things she's doing. It's just like she just wants attention or love or friendship from her father and or people around her.
I think my character tries to be as confident as he can, but in his real life, when he's by himself, is scrambling, is, you know, like he's doggy paddling, trying to stay above the water. I think he knows that if he fails, he's kind of out, and he doesn't want to fail. When he's in charge of all the idea of this whole branch of the military trying to get, you know, likes and views, and or just get in the newspaper and stuff like that, I think there's a piece of him also that wants to prove that he is something, and, you know, like if he loses his job, he's kind of out. So I think there's probably an aspect of that from any kid or adult that's like, you know, just trying to like get their face a little bit out there, and the terrifying aspect of failure always being right around the corner, and kind of faking it till you make it. He's had a little bit of success, but he keeps screwing it up. So now it's like, this might be his last shot. What is he gonna do? But for you and I, when we're working, we had one word together this whole season.
I know.
So I didn't see Diana's stuff till we just got like the first 6 episodes. I think you do such a good job because Diana's character isn't the character that will be like joke, 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 joke. Diana has to like do a lot of emotional shit and still be funny and juggle real life stuff and show what it's like to be a teenager or someone that, you know, has a father who's a little bit, you know, hard on that person. And she does it so well. I texted you right afterwards, and I literally texted Tony and Jimmy also being like, dude, she f***ing crushed it. I'm excited for people to see you in this because I think it's a really cool like thing for people to see you shine.
Thank you so much. You make me cry.
Do it. Cry. That's what MTV News wants. That's what I told no, okay? By the way, you and I, how many times ever have we had a one-on-one with each other? I don't know if that's ever even happened.
This is great.
So this is like the first time that we've got to chat like human beings outside of a group setting of like eating lunch together when we're on set and stuff like that. Right. It's been very fun.
I'm having a good time.
Say your catchphrase to leave it off. This is the famous Diana catchphrase. You know everybody knows it. Here it comes. Diana, end it right now with your catchphrase.
Stay sane and stay safe at home, folks. No.
Great. Perfect.
I don't know. What's your famous catchphrase?
No, that was it. You nailed it. We need nothing else.